What is up, you guys? It's Noah Wilson here from iHollywood TV, where you can catch our next guest touring across the U.S. with the Lifeline Tour. Please welcome, joining us through via FaceTime, Joshua, Bethany, and Manny from We Three. What is up, you guys?
Hey! Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we're glad to be here.
It is so great to have you all here. And it was funny because I was just telling them they're currently in Los Angeles and we're iHollywood. You know, it's just...
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Isn't that funny? Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll first off, before we kind of get into the tour and y'all's debut album, let's talk about really how I feel it all began for you guys, or at least how the world really became to know you. You know, as We Three was from AGT, America's Got Talent. You know, we saw you guys on the show last season. I mean, it was so touching and so moving, and I really think with all the songs that y'all have listed, especially from the album, they're meaningful and they have a purpose. And I mean, just the music you guys have out is just incredible. I really like it. But to kind of go back to AGT, you know, like I was saying, I feel like this is really the start of y'all's career. Y'all are touring. Y'all have an album out. How do you guys feel now? I mean, knowing that, I mean, y'all are taking off. Y'all are getting to do what y'all have been wanting to do for a while now.
It's crazy.
It really
we
is.
think about like a year ago from this point, and we wouldn't believe that we're here where we are, because we've been doing this for like 10 years now, working towards something.
Wow.
And the fact that now we're really doing what we've always wanted to do is
It's
incredible.
crazy.
Yeah, we've been working towards touring for years.
Yeah.
So
And it's
always
weird.
been
We're
working.
traveling the country and looking out into the crowd, and people are screaming our lyrics.
Yeah.
That's a surreal feeling.
People don't always get that, and we're like,
No,
we're
it's
so
nuts.
blessed. It's super cool.
And you guys make music for everyone to be able to listen to, as I feel, you know, for all type of families, ages, you know, and I feel like we need to see a lot of, we really need to see more bands and artists that can make music for everyone to hear. You know, there's some music out there that everyone just cannot hear. Do you know what I mean, guys? Yeah. All right, so anyway, I just want to hop back to the AGT audition. Like we were saying, you know, y'all's mom's passed away from cancer, but before she passed, where does she want to see you guys musically or go in y'all's career? What was her vision? Because I'm sure she knew that, you know, y'all loved music and, you know, y'all were singing around the house. So where does she want to see you guys go in y'all's music career?
You know, Mom just loved life, and she enjoyed every moment of it. And I think that's the main thing that she wanted. She wanted whatever we do, whatever we're doing, that we do it with everything we have, and that we enjoy. So
Yeah, and I think for sure she was somebody who worked really hard in her life and what she did. And I think that knowing that we were young and we had so much ahead of us, I think she unknowingly pushed us because she knew what we were, driven people. And so I just remember every chance she got to tell me, she's like, make sure you're putting in the time, make sure you're really working hard. But I mean, overall, she wanted us to be happy. But I think she kind of knew that in a lot of ways, this is what really does make us happy. She saw us grow up. So yeah. She would be super stoked to see that we're doing this right now, for sure.
Now I want you guys to describe your music, because like I was saying, I feel that it's written with purpose and passion, and really I think when I hear you know the music, I feel like I can relate to some of the songs that you guys have put out on y'all's debut album. So really, how would you describe your music? Because I feel like it's something different too that we're hearing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think as far as a genre, we describe it as pop rock, but really, I think the biggest thing is just honesty. That's really where it comes from. And everything about it is there's something that we've gone through, and it's the coolest thing to be able to write something that, you've gone through, that you've struggled through, you've worked through, and then put it out into the world, and then a whole bunch of people realize, oh yeah, I've gone through that too, and they connect with it. And so, but I think the biggest thing is just honest, real music. That's what we want to make, and that's what we will continue to make.
Most definitely. So there's 13 songs off the debut album. How long did it take to put together this album to release out there to the world?
Yeah, we were actually doing it. It was a pretty intense period of time. We were actually making the record while we were on AGT.
Wow.
Yeah, we would fly back and forth from LA, and as soon as we get back into Portland, we would head right to the studio and start recording. And it was
Did AGT know that?
That's a great
I
question.
don't
I don't
know.
know if
Oh.
I care.
I think we
I'm sure they
just-
asked.
I think we just knew that.
Our time was gonna end at
Yeah.
some point on the show,
Mhm.
and we wanted to be ready. We
Yeah.
didn't want to have to create a record as soon as the show was over because then, you know,
There's so much momentum
Dies
that,
down.
that show brings.
Yeah.
And so
we just wanted to give people the
jump right
music
on it.
that they heard on the show as soon as
so
possible.
as soon as we were off the show, we had a record ready to drop.
See,
So,
that's smart. You know, some people, they'll go off the show, but oh my God, you know, no, what should I do with my career? I don't know. Oh my God. You know, and you know, that was smart. Y'all put out an album. So then, you know, because sometimes, really, believe it or not, when people get booted off or, you know, they don't make it through the next round, a lot of people, they forget, you know, they move on to something else. And, you know, thankfully, you know, when, you know, of course, I'm not thankfully, but I mean, I didn't want y'all to get voted off. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, thankfully, no. So my brain, I need more coffee. When y'all got voted off, people they still know who you guys are because y'all put something out just like that, and everyone can listen to it. And I know that did take a lot of time and work, and you know, a lot of effort to put in to have a debut album with 13 songs on there. And you
all
guys
worth it.
write your songs, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look,
Alright,
did some
lot
of
of
these
work.
artists
Work.
getting people to write their songs. I
I
mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I always feel it comes more from the heart when the artist writes a song and they sing it out there to their fans. You know what I mean?
For
Yeah.
sure. For
I think
sure.
yeah,
There's
I think,
a difference.
Yeah, and I think it's cool because I think there's so many different talents in the music industry and stuff, and I think something that we've just latched onto is songwriting. That's something that kind of started us out really enjoying doing it together with songwriting. And I think we got further into the music industry and we realized, oh, it's not something that everybody does. So it made us a little bit unique when we went on the show because we were writing the songs. So
Yeah.
Just your voice.
Yeah, that's right. So just a fun question I want to ask you guys before we actually, you know, chat a little bit about the Lifeline tour that, you know, y'all are currently on. Is there anything, you know, speaking of music, is there any musical hidden talent besides singing that you guys have? And of course, you know, we know that y'all play, you know, the instruments and all that type of stuff, but is there any type of thing that, that y'all have never shared with the world that you want to share now?
Hidden talents.
Hidden talents.
I feel like I can eat more food than people think that I can eat.
Really?
I used to be able
I think
to
you
do
can
that.
think that
I
you can
think
eat
my
more food
talent
than
is I
people
think I can eat way more food than I really can.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
a good
really
talent.
like food, but that's not a talent. That's just a passion.
Wow. Bethany loves food.
If people say,
There you
"What
go.
would you do if you weren't a musician?" I'd say I would want to be a food critic so that I
Yeah.
could eat all the food.
100%.
Yeah. Hey, you know, if you weren't a musician, you could be like one of those YouTubers, you know, that have their own cooking thing.
Yeah.
Boy, don't they make the money? Woo! You know, those people, they put out the cookbooks and all that stuff.
Yes.
Mine is I probably at 12 I learned how to dance like Michael Jackson.
Oh, that is so a hidden talent. That's
Oh, show us right now. I'm just.
He has to be in a very specific mood to be able
Yes.
to do it.
I
You
put
got
that
it.
side of me away a long time ago. I pull it out occasionally.
Let's talk about the Lifeline tour now. Of course, y'all have been touring for some time. You know, with this tour, it's going to be coming to an end soon. What? Oh my gosh. I want to ask, has there been a fan moment or, you know, because of course, you know, y'all are meeting fans from all over the world. Has there been an interaction with a fan that you guys I guess that really stands out, but one that y'all won't forget from this particular tour?
Definitely. There's a lot.
I've got one in particular. There was a meet and greet that we did. I don't remember what town it was, but a meet and greet that we did, and that particular one had a lot of younger girls in it. And so we got to meet all of them, and they were with their friends and everything. It was really sweet. And then at the very end, there was this like 40-year-old guy.
Oh yeah, that was so
and
sweet.
just this big burly guy. And it was the sweetest, most amazing thing.
Yeah.
After all these girls came, and then this big guy comes up, he just shared his heart with us. I mean, in very few words. He didn't speak a lot, but it was really
That was
amazing
really
to hear.
cool.
And then we got a picture with him. And then the next show, he asked to have that pic. He printed it off and brought it to the next show and asked to have
So he
it
drove
signed.
to the next show.
He
Yeah,
drove to the next show.
What? Oh, that's so nice. Now
So
that's
just-
fan love right
It
there.
just kind of shows you that we all have similar stories and we all are just connected in a deep way, and it was really cool. So regardless of the age.
We had someone share a poem that they wrote, which was amazing. They said that they write and do all that stuff. And we're like, "Are you a musician?" He's like, "No, I'm a poet." And we kind of, no, yeah, he said something. He was like, "Can I share it with you?"
Yeah.
We were like, "Yes." And it like blew us out of the water. It was insane.
And it was inspired by
It
our
was
song
inspired
Lifeline.
by Lifeline.
And we were like, dude, it was phenomenal.
He just, that was amazing.
Yeah. I think few of the moments on stage as well where it's not like an interaction with one fan, but it's like seeing people sing songs that we didn't know they knew. Like there were songs that were on the show. Like you gotta listen to the whole record to know all these songs. And they're singing every word to every song for the entire show. And those audiences are just, they made our year. Like, that was incredible.
All right, Joshua, Bethany, and Manny, thank you guys so much for taking some time to chat with me. It was it's such a pleasure to chat with you guys, and be sure to catch them on the Lifeline Tour. We three will have everything down below, and be sure to get their debut album if you don't have it already. We'll have all the information as well on our website, ihollywood.tv. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye.